I want to tell you about this study and concept that I learned about way back in the day when I was a graduate student doing my PhD. And since then, it's stuck with me. I've never forgot it. So the concept is called upward social comparisons. Okay. And obviously, the opposite is downward social comparisons. But the study looked at Olympic medalists and their satisfaction and happiness after medaling. And what they found is the happiest medalists at the Olympics are gold medalists. No surprise there. But the second happiest medalists at the Olympics, consistently, across sports, across time, robustly, are bronze medalists. And coming in third are silver medalists. Now, look, no tricks. There's no around the corner type of way of looking at this. That's what we find. But we shouldn't find that. That's an irrational response. A silver medal, objectively, rationally, empirically, is better. It's superior than a bronze medal. Except it isn't psychologically. And here's why. Because they did follow-up studies, because this is so outrageous, like it shouldn't happen. What they find is gold medalists, we know that they're the happiest for a reason. They won. But silver medalists, when they're standing up there, and the anthem plays and they're getting their medal, they just can't help but to look to the right and look up and see the gold medalists. And the only thing that happens that goes through their minds, and we know from follow-up studies, is, I was so close. Like, I was so close to being the gold medalist, to winning. And that eats away at them. The bronze medalist, in contrast, doesn't look up to the silver medalist. They break the pattern. Where do they look? Down. They look at fourth place. And they think, I medaled at the Olympics. I was so close to not being on the podium, and I'm standing on the podium. And so it isn't objectively about where we're at as golfers, as athletes. It isn't even where we want to go. It's the comparisons that we're making. And human beings are inherently social creatures. We're always making comparisons. Now, the lesson from these studies is you have a choice as a golfer, and to be frank, as a human being. You can either think like the silver medalist and do upward social comparisons, and you will find plenty of people who have a bit more than you, a bit more talented, have a bit more money, are a bit taller, etc., etc. And that'll eat away at you, because that's what it does. Or you can be the exact same person at the exact same level and just engage in downward social comparisons and be grateful that at least you have it better than this person or that person. At least you're not sick. At least you don't have to deal with that problem. And this subtle directional change, because what we find is people don't do both at the same time. Your mind is either looking up there or looking down here. And outside of golf and sport, the impact is just incredible. So in hospital settings, when people are in the hospital with cancer, which is a tough position to be in, when they engage in upward social comparisons and they look at people who don't have cancer, they recover slower. They feel more depressed. They have more issues. When they're in the same hospitals with the same cancers and they look downwards towards people who are more sick than them, towards people who have actually a more advanced version of the cancers, they heal faster. They literally, physically heal faster. They're less anxious. They're less depressed. And so it's a simple ask, but it has such a profound impact. Whenever you find yourself looking up, especially in our world of social media and people's highlights being flooded to you 24/7, just look down a bit. Just find someone who's a little bit less fortunate than you and be grateful. And don't just do it for the sake of, I'll feel better. Understand that these things matter, and how you feel about yourself and your physical reaction to it, your body's physiological reaction to it, will be significantly enhanced. So always, always downward social comparisons.